Hi, welcome to my channel, and I want to talk about the announcement of today's live stream of Total War in their 25th anniversary. And I want to talk about that because I really have mixed reactions to it. I really like when they announce the Nagash trailer DLC, sorry. And when they told us that they're gonna release in summer of 2026, that's a good date. But I have the time to save money to buy it. I also want to buy it because, like, the King of the Dead, and it's like relevant, very important game, and even so lore in Games Workshop books and fantasy. I have not read them. I use lore videos to learn about that because it's expensive to me to manage to buy one of that books, and sometimes my country we don't have it. So yeah, the thing is that is a relevant and important character in Total War Warhammer, and for the end times, that like the age of Sigma, like Carl Franz and all that, is like the end times, and we didn't have like Nagash for like 3 games until this. So yeah, it's an important and major announcement. So I like it. I like it a lot, and I want to see more. But the real thing that got me like, okay, really excited was the Medieval 3 announcement. It's an important game for the industry. It's an important announcement because we didn't have like an historical game, like good one. I know that they didn't release something and it's like pre-production, but they show us like mechanics and some units in development in the mechanics part. And it was like not secret. It was like that's Medieval 3 because Pharaoh and Troy and all Warhammer, even Warhammer 3, like that kind of house is like I only seen that or watched that kind of house, like in Total War Warhammer 3 in Altdorf or any Imperial city, but like that kind of thing, that kind of structure is really simple for the universe of Warhammer. So it's like, okay, that's Medieval 3, and the scenarios and all that is like, that's Medieval 3, and gave me vibes of Bannerlords, but it's okay. But yeah, even if it's a pre-production, they have announced a trailer using kings and queens and a kid, like he's a king or a prince, or even a young king. It's a real good reveal. But when they start to take out, well, show us the staff, the group, the team of developers, the team of people working for CA, or what's it, Sega in some way, or in Total War. I was like, okay, cut the deal. We all know that some companies, they gonna put their workers because like, okay, we are not doing this alone, and I know we have the money, but we have people working in it and we need to show that. But really it's like, okay, cut the deal. We want to know about the fantasy one because you give us the DLC, okay, in some part you accomplish that, your announcement. It was like, okay, a check mark, the announcement, or even if it's a pre-production announcement, it was like, okay, check. Medieval 3 is like a big check mark there. Even the Legend of Total War Ed told to the community. I know that he doesn't like the light on him, and he has a lot of power in some way in the community, but it's okay. I'm just referring to something he said. I'm not like using a book, or he was like, oh, I got the power, and like He-Man, I got all the power, and I was like declaring, you need to make a Medieval 3 game. No, he was like saying, if you want to win the community of the historical games, you need to do Medieval 3 and Empire 2, or even a historical game, but good without the kind of unit movement that has Troy or Dynasties. That is really trash, and I don't like it. Even with the actualization or the update, sorry, English is not my first language. The update, yeah, in Troy that gave us the option to put fantasy units or real inspired fantasy units, and I like the mythical ones, but it was like, okay, I don't like the entire game. It's heavy, or it's like I don't like. I don't know. I don't like the system. I have both of them. I don't like it. It's trashy. I only use for classes and all other things because I'm studying history and I'm a historian. I'm trying to finish my career and be a historian, and I say we can use them for classes or like visual effects, or like the classmates or even the students can watch how is Roman armor and segmentata, or even gladius, or the equite cavalry, or legionaries, or the praetorian guard, and so on. So yeah, for me, it's for historical purposes in classes. It's a good game, but mechanically and all that development or something else, it's not good. Even the cities are good, but not entirely. But yeah, the Medieval 3 is big as announced there. But when we get to the announcement of the fantasy one, it's like, okay, we don't have too much time. I hope they show us like 10 minutes. I don't know, like it's a good time for the fantasy one if they have the trailer and so, or a little image or short, I don't know. But they present the developer goes, sit down, and he was like, hey, we are very happy to say to you that we will announce the trailer for the new fantasy video game in 11th of December. I was like, fuck. I lost my time. I was like early from the 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. trying to hold my nerves, like my emotion, like to see the announcement, to reveal. Literally, I was like Ned Flanders when it's it's so exciting. He was like screaming like a little girl. I don't know, in The Simpsons. But yeah, I was like that when I hope my roomies didn't get scared of my shouting. Of seeing that they announced the Medieval 3, even if it's a pre-production. I need to confirm them, but I really was hoping that they will talk about that, the fantasy game, but they didn't say a thing. So I was like, okay, you put me here to watch you talking like an hour of a DLC. Okay, that's fine. I'm used to it because some in DLCs of the past time you have put the people in the table, you have talked to them like 30-40 minutes, even 15 25, I don't care. You need to talk about that. Even this is a huge DLC. I was like, okay, this is a good one video, and when they put the time in the mechanics, okay, they're gonna change the motor for the graphics. Okay, you need to tell the people. But and the announcement of the Medieval 3, okay, I was okay. That's a good reveal. But I need to say that those parts should need to get cut off of the video, or at least to say, oh, we announced the Medieval 3 pre-production of the game, and here's the trailer, and that's it. You don't talk about more. A little bit like, okay, we have these two guys working on it, like little commentaries. Okay, that's like I can tolerate, But even further, I will say no, 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 no. And the mechanics, it's okay, but literally, I enter in the video of Legend of Total War. In some part, someone make a donation, and he was like, "This could be, or this was like more like an email. Will be a me email. It will be better." And I agree, not with Legendo, with the person who put that, because really they could say to us, "Oh, we're not gonna change for the next game's motor graphic engine, and we're gonna announce here the Total War Medieval 3. Here's the trailer, here's the information, here's the developers, here's blah blah blah, and that's it." And cut off also the propaganda of the workers. I know that companies do that sometimes. I don't care. It's good, but I cut it off, and I will make the time of the DLC of Nagash half time, and I'll say, okay, we talk an hour of Nagash. Maybe we're gonna talk about 30 minutes of the new game, but I know that it could be a bigger marketing, or even having a bigger influence, the announcement in the 11. But it was like, okay, the people are here not for only the DLC principally. Like, okay, the Nagash DLC is huge. Okay, we agree, all of them, us. That is a huge reveal, an important one, and the Medieval 3 also. But like, okay, you have the announcement of the fantasy game. Okay, you have the opportunity to say to the community, okay, this will be the new fantasy game that you have theorized like a 2 years, one, I don't know, I don't care. Sorry, no, I don't care, but I care. The thing is, like, you have this opportunity to say, okay, it will be a Lord of the Rings game, a Game of Thrones game, a Star Wars game, or a 40k game. The thing is, for the two theories of the Star Wars or the Warhammer, I see difficult, because the battles of the warships, or the space warships, I see it a little bit difficult. Even if you see Bannerlords, they have a little bit difficult to put ships in the water, and it's a huge game, and it's a good game. But even with that, I see a little bit difficult with that. Even if they inspire themselves in the Empire at War Star Wars game, they have space battles and the ground battles. That's the only decent game we have. The Star Wars strategy games. Well, there's another one, but yeah, it's pretty old. But Total War, I will not see like, okay, that's bad. It's a good one. And also there will be a new Star Wars game, it's a strategy game, but like in squadrons in the next year. So it will be like, okay, those two games of Star Wars will be okay. But for example, 40k will be a little bit difficult because the units are a little bit more small, and the battles will be like, okay, different kind. And I'm hoping, like, okay, my biggest bet is for one of the Lord of the Rings, like a streamer with Esther was like talking about that. That say, okay, he's also betting that will be a Lord of the Rings game. Also, the community has been asking for that for years. There's a lot of mods for but yeah, the Lord of the Rings games. And also I will be like, okay, this is possible because the motor graphics of Total War could be adapted to Total War. I'm just, this is like a theoretical title, Total War Lord of the Rings game. They have Ents, we have like 3 men, they have like, I don't know, orcs, we have orcs here differently, but orcs, goblins, they have goblins, humans, elves, dwarves. Chaos could be, I don't know, like, well, it's kind of different. The RB faction that we will never see in Warhammer 3, I hope they shut my mouth out. If not, well, that's okay. But even so, the Total War Warhammer, or what? Sorry, Warhammer Fantasy is inspiring Tolkien. It will be like, okay, this will be a very, very good option for CA that they had made the Total War game about the Lord of the Rings, and also because the DLCs could be first age, second age, third age will be like different factions that you can unlock. And even with the first and second, you can form, I don't know, like in the mod, like again, Arnor or something like that, or something like the Kingdom of Arnor again, reunified with Gondor and all that. I don't know. And even so, we have like Crusader Kings 3 with the mods with that. It was like, okay, this is amazing. And also because if Medieval 3 is going out, the people will do the mod for the Lord of the Rings for Medieval 3. If you want to avoid that with the license, because the license is very important, and most of the people would like saying like Hugo Tester say like, okay, even if a mobile phone game has the license to the Lord of the Rings, why not CA can buy it and develop his game of Lord of the Rings? Even if other company had developed the Gollum game and it was a failure, this is game trash. And also there's another one that is a good game, is the Lord of the Rings Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, and even the Return to Moria game is decent. We have CA here without developing a fantasy game of the Lord of the Rings. It's like, okay, what happened there? Even so, we have the Wheel of Time, Witcher, I don't know, like Game of Thrones games could be, I don't know, but it's just my ideas. But yeah. And you would say, okay, you person that is talking right now, and we have like 16, 17 minutes talking to us. What can you say about this? Okay, I have played Total War since I was like 11 years. Okay, so I have like 14 or 15 years playing Total War. My first Total War was like the gold pack of Medieval 2, and Medieval 1. Rum Total War with expansions of Barbarian Invasions and Kingdoms, and I played them to death until a lightning struck my computer and I lost the opportunity to. I was playing Total War, the Medieval 2, and I lost my disc when they sent the computer to repair, and they didn't repair it, so I lost that disc, and I only played. I had like 5 years without my computer or a computer. So yeah, sorry. And I returned to play Total War games like 2018, but in that time I was like watching to Legend of Total War. Well, he's a little bit late, like 18, 19, and also Pixelated Apollo, Hugo Dester, even Mayorceta Gaming, Kai, or some people they were like, okay, this is people that they have a lot of time playing Total War games. And even so, the Shogun one, I was like, I had that game, didn't allow. No, I could not play it because this was before the lightning struck my house. I tried to play it, but it was like in my screen, a black screen, and I couldn't play it until very late in 2018-19. And after that, I got like my own resources, even to late 2022, 23. I get my own computer, my own laptop, and I played Total War Warhammer 1, 2, 3. I have played Total War in time in my life, and then I feel that this company is really close to me, to my teenage ages, to my young adult age. So I really hope that they gave us this Medieval 3 in a good shape, in a good way. I hope, because if they don't, it will it will be like they're gonna lose all or the majority of the historical fans, and they were like the base of the company. I know that Total War is another one, but like, okay, the biggest ones was the historical games. Even the Warhammer fans that entered to the Total War, they entered after to the historical games. And even so, if they show us a good fantasy game like The Lord of the Rings, will be very significantly good, but will be like, okay, you avoid of creating mods without the license, and you created like a community with that. But it's really important of that. But yeah, and that's why I'm trying to say, like, okay, I'm not talking like someone that doesn't know, that doesn't have like knowledge in this kind of thing. I have watched, I have played the games in legendary difficulties, I have mods, I have all that. I have watched even Pilb's tariff that they have like something to say in this matter, or even so Koifish, his principal game is like Crusader Kings 3, and even with that they can say or something about the companies or the development or the target of the market, because if you get a good DLC, a good thing, a good product, you're gonna sell like hot bread. Like really hot bread, like just made it and put it in my counter and sells really fast and very good. And we have like this is a little bit way of the topic, but you have Baldur's Gate 3 that just show to the community, the gamer community, and the investors and the industry of the video games, that single player video games are ruling again. And this is like Medieval 3, the biggest point that we could have for the single player strategy games. Like this could be like a new fortress for the single players to go buy, and it could explode the internet. I know that Legendo is a little bit how to say it, away of the topic, because I know that he's retiring of YouTube because of his wife, his kid, and I this is not a critique. It's okay for him to take a time, also because it was like stressing and all that, and he was like getting into fights. And some people, and sometimes he was like saying something, and the people were really like, "Okay, we're gonna do this." And he was like, "No, it's just my opinion." Yeah, your opinion just influenced a bunch of people, but it's okay. But yeah, the thing is here is that it's a big announcement, yeah, but the trailer is not for me. Like, well, the announcement or the this event was like not entirely necessarily for the trailers for Medieval and the fantasy one, the mechanics. That could be an email, and the Nagashi DLC, yeah, that's a good announcement, but just for the DLC. And you can release, I don't know, a date for the Medieval 3, like saying, okay, we're gonna put this game in sale like in 2027 something. But we got this, I don't like too much, even with the last part with the developer of the fantasy game just walking, sitting down and saying, "Oh, come with us in the 11th of September and watch the trailer with us in the Games Award." And I was like, screw you. I don't want to. I want to see it right now. But we got this. It's average, I would say mid, and then A, B, C, D tier, I will be like a B minus. That could be much better for the 25th anniversary, but it's not entirely good. So I'm making this video. If you're watching this, sorry, after the 4th of December, I am doing this this video in the 4th of December. So you watch it, you write in your comments, and you see over another day, I'm making clear that I'm doing this in the 4th. So yeah, that will be all for my part. I want to make a discussion of this. I know that will be like the hot topic here in Total War. I don't care. I want to do that. So yeah, see ya. I hope if this video goes and gets to the hands of Legendo, he reacts, it will be like amazing. I don't think that will be, even for the other YouTubers, that will be amazing. That's all for my part. Thanks for listening to this little channel, this idiot talking, or moron, whatever you want to call me. I don't know. I don't give a damn if you if you say something back to me. Like, well, this is not critique. Like, Legendo to some of the community, like saying to us goodbye, fuck us. But yeah, I want to do that. So yeah, that will be all for my part. Have a good day, good night, good evening, and good morning, and have a nice day. You can leave your comments. I'm open to discussion. So that's all from my part. Have a good day.
Hi everyone, I'm Attila, game director on the next major title being developed at Creative Assembly. Whilst we are not ready to unveil the project in all of its glory, it represents one of the most ambitious games we have ever worked on as a studio, and we can't wait to share it with you. We would like to invite you to tune in to the Game Awards on December 11th to watch the world premiere announcement trailer for our next Total War title. After that moment, we look forward to sharing more with you. Once again, from all of us today, thank you.